Well now, welcome back to some more Doki Literature Club. Last time we got through the second day. Well, we got through the second day. Finished up the first, we finished up the second day, got through the third day, technically. And today we're moving on to the fourth day with writing more poems, bonded more with the girls, learned more about Natsuki, and learned that, oh hey, there's a festival coming up, and for it, we're going to be doing some things. So, let's pick up right where we left off with the poem making. And as before, I'm going for Natsuki, because, again, Natsuki is my favorite. And, yeah. It's not that hard to go for Natsuki, because she's got very simple words for her. Yeah. And then, with this, let's see. What next do I want to go with? Shopping and chocolate. And there we go. Alright, time for day 4. Aw man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Heh. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Ah, can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Nazi? Well, yeah. Not talking about our part of the festival. It's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. Sounded a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine, fine. Your actions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. I can go talk to everyone else. Huh. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. And let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Oh, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back to their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've both been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. Timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Kazuma, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little bit strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? Can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging her rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Kazuma. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really liked this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her, this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Eh? Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Kazuma. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Eh? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. Heh. You're so funny, Kazuma. Have you ever thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. Sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Ah, alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. She's keeping her voice quiet so that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. That's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. Hey, you. Eh? I look up to see Natsuki next to me. You're just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... Ah, sorry. Didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glanced down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. One that just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez. Now you make me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, then you can just tell me to leave you alone, and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. Practically mumbles that last part. I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. Just thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today. She didn't want to admit it to me. Can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh! Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you'd be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah. Should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fills with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so I was not. Jeez, if you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already. Yeah. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monika calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems and I do the same. Make eye contact with Monika and she smiles at me. What she was talking about with Sayori. Well, time to show poems, and as it usually goes, Monika first. Hi Kazuma. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Sing with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? That's... Oh, come on, Kazuma. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day, pretending to like the manga that she's into. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. Eh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Cosmo. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kinda knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. So I just need to ask one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki's kind of unpredictable. A lot of times she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, that it could end up damaging the club too. You wouldn't do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monika. Well, I care about her in the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monika smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. Okay. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift to the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow, I fall. And I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. The hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. In the hand of a beautiful lady, I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat and I pick up a gust of wind. That is a good poem there. You know, I feel like learning and looking for the answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put too much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. Seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we really wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Never too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good. It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it and things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Good old Monika giving us life advice. And now let's speak with Natsuki. Let's see. You're suddenly enthusiastic today. Of course! You know I like your writing. I'm just surprised. Seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course. Just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Natsuki? What? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? What are you talking about? My writing's obviously the best, right? Took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so angry again because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. She acts like she's the best, and other people might think that way too. Right? Cosma? Please tell me you like it. Please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this. Natsuki. Because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, "That's so cute, just like you, Natsuki." Sometimes I don't want to be cute. Nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter, the emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey Natsuki. If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. Place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Just don't read it. Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem back up from her desk. It's not any good. And I know you hate my poems. So you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it, but I know you better now, and it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well. Sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. Not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. Finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. Okay. Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around. But when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout. But my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars. But when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but why do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the best. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. Poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. I believe that poem, if I had to guess, because I don't remember that poem being a thing in the original. If I had to guess, that's probably something they added in for if you do go with Natsuki for all of the poems up to this point. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not that I don't like it. It was just a little surprising to read. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things you can't just say. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well, then I'm happy you showed this to me. I liked it. Well, yeah, I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. Ah, I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do so, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Eh? Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki's doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. In that case, I'm gonna keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. It's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Ah, yeah, I'll go do that. Then I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem. Yeah, Natsuki's got feelings for us. Yeah, it's been obvious since very early on. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. Guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now. Yeah. And last but not least, Sayori. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe, but that's not really what I meant though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Kazuma. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? I'm gonna play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monika I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. Deviate from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? Thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. Actually she wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? Hope she's alright. Seriously? All the times not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kinda been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh, that curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. Talked to her earlier and everything's fine. What'd she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we need a lot of them in different flavors. Handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm gonna be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. Most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's panicking too. Jeez, even I can tell now. Guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Mine's already racing, I see. That's great. It'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Kazuma. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I'd really appreciate. I'd be really appreciative of that. Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monika's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Kazuma may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance, so therefore, you may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Kazuma to. But what do you say? It's extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Jeez, what do you think? Guys, let's just settle down for a moment. Yeah, I think it's up to Kazuma to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? I'm sure he's interested. You literally just said. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. You just settle this already? Yeah. Kazuma, you're okay with this, right? And it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone look straight at me. Of course I'm gonna go with a save before anything. Monika. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monika. Yeah, you picked me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of this. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but we have Sayori as well. But Cosmo was the one who, that doesn't matter. He was the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monika. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know? We won't do as good a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monika. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So? Are you gonna do the right thing, President? Okay, I get it. It's technically most logical for Cosmo to help one of you two, so I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have a preference, Cosmo? I tried. Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. You guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking's a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Eh? Just a minute you were saying that that's because... Never mind, okay? Hell, anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. That's good. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes. Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Cosmo? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it all turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. I would come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here, and you're gonna help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help too, a lot too, but you're gonna make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns to face the other direction. Didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but... Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken back by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. If it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm gonna do my best. And all of us are gonna make it a really great event. Yeah. Hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more to say. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely gotta do any reading today, so... Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? Huh? I was trying to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You'd better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, just figure that since I'm the one helping, I'd be going to your house. Yeah, right. I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? Can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. Guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you'd better look forward to it. Oh, didn't you say you were just gonna give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. I thought I could act like in front of everyone that I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Ah. Never mind. Can't believe this. Natsuki's gonna be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. And I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. There's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. Until then, I won't be able to get my mind off of it. Seriously can't wait. Oh, that was a good crack in my back there. Whew. Oh, I need to take a moment and breathe a bit. I'm gonna have to do that a lot. This LP, just taking moments to just breathe. I should probably have something at my station to drink while doing this. Okay, it's already Sunday. I'm getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. What if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us? Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We say each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. It's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. Putting Natsuki aside, I've not had a thing from Sayori since they left the club the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reached Sayori's house, I knocked on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Kazuma. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? No, I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations. Oh god, my speech just died for a second. Forgive me. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided the last meeting. Monika told me. It's not natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monika today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide from me. I know you too well, so... Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Kazuma. Eh? It can't just be like it's always been. This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, don't make that stupid mistake, you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? You're listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. She would really put me in a trap, Kazuma. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Kazuma? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. That's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Does she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Eh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? Almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I'd have done everything I could to support you. And if there's only so much I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Kazuma. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes. It also feels like a bat's being swung against my head. That's why I've wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. Then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Kazuma, there's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm gonna accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Ah, Kazuma, Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. Please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Kazuma. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this, Kazuma. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to be changed. And I'll make these feelings go away. If there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Kazuma. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. She does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How'd you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her tears. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But It's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? Ah. It's kinda hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. See you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling a little uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about when Natsuki's about to come over, too. I think Sayori's right. Shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely gonna have a great time tomorrow. Should just focus on what's ahead of me. Spent only a few minutes back at home, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. I know, she texted me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I opened the front door to let her in. Sup? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but I see Natsuki in something other than her school uniform. But seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make me feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. See, you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki's carrying a large bag that's probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all the way here to find that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could be that she's a little different outside of school after all. Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Kazuma? Come on, since when do I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Ah! This is ridiculously heavy. Haha! Carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Ah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you. Hahaha. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist in my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? Eh? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when I think I'm only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. We're getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey, now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer, you know? Just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Ah! Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki, forget it! Don't say anything. I should have apologized. Eh? I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are a ton of guys who are into body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Gross. Hey, was that to me? Or who else? Man, let's just get started already. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. Well, I found your weakness, Kazuma. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now. I finally start to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Oh man! Ugh! My throat's dying on me. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Also, I apologize, but I'm probably gonna complain every episode that my voice is dying on me the later into the episode I get. Ah, damn, I should really get something to drink. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. Mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Kazuma, where'd you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. That's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. Making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? Ah, you're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. You're at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki's trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool. See? Not like baking is just about following the instructions. Presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? Recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah. Maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. I'm using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? Icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. We need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks her finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I'm going to start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. Push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, and just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! She got it on my face. Whose fault is that? Big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. It tries to reach with the tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez, you know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it up with her finger before shoving it toward my own face. You wish? I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. She tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine, fine. Sorry for calling you gross. You know I didn't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki's so surprised she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Kazuma, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Alright, Natsuki gazes at me in silence. Those are shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Eh? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts to go off. Natsuki rushes to the oven. Something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. There's a dirty tray in here, dummy. You should make a mistake like that. You should check before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for making your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. Sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah, attention to the moment before still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. Now watch as Natsuki slide its cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. And how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought the decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that make them look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. Probably won't be using it this time though. What's this one for? Pick up one of the nozzles that has much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, and so you can make stripes or other patterns. You can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever. Huh, I see. That gives me an idea actually. Eh? Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it even more literature. Or make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It's fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. That's actually a really cute idea, so maybe I'm getting it from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. I'm not school and oh, nobody's judging. Can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Eh? Say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the pace and fastens the nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Not giving me a chance to think about it before. Natsuki quickly moves on. Shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. There's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but Dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, I'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she'd still want dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we could have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. Should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you could probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. Don't worry, I won't let her eat any. Haha. I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Ah, yeah. I can think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always listens to me, but at the point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. We're already at 51 minutes, but, there's a really good stopping point coming up that I want to wait until we get to. Just like that, Natsuki's already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki, eh? Well, you said before about not always having this chance. Doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. Showed me how fun baking can be like you wanted. Aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga, go out somewhere, do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Kazuma, I thought you only cared about getting this done. Sorry I had to leave so early today, I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. An inch from her, Natsuki looks up at me. Pale fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What's happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breath against me. I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Eh? Ah. Hi, Kazuma. Sayori, just now we weren't... It's okay, Kazuma. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm on my way out, so... Oh, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly, flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. And we are blocked from a kiss. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki. How close you got to her. Makes me really happy. You've made such good friends. It's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. It's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Kazuma? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. It'd be so much better if I just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Kazuma. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monika was right. I should just... Monika? Monika was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not gonna let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anyone else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm gonna be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Kazuma. I'm really scared. Are you scared of Sayori? Scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this myself. Kazuma, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. Slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. And if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need most right now, and that's what I'm gonna give to you. Sayori. Ah, yes. This choice here. This choice is very important. Here's the issue, though. This choice will appear regardless of which route you're doing. Of choosing, I love you or you'll always be my dearest friend to Sayori. Yeah. Though, I am a Natsuki fan. I'm doing Natsuki's route. And also, in this kind of situation, Sayori would be my best friend, and I'll always be her best friend. So sorry, I don't have feelings for. No. I got a friend zone, Sayori. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. You'll always be my dearest friend. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monika told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but just trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. It's just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really don't know me better than anyone else, Kazuma. I'll trust you with anything at all. So, Sayori's smile finally breaks. So she turns around and drops to her knees. Ah! I'm not gonna scream, mostly because there's other people in my house, and also I don't like screaming. It hurts my voice very badly. Clutching her head with both her hands, she screams as loud as she can. Shocked, I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. Most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I'm wondering if I should be doing something more, something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's painful to do that, but I will say, do not worry. I'm gonna go through the other routes, and you'll see that the other option to that later down the line. It's just I want to do Natsuki's first, because Natsuki is my favorite out of the 3 you can choose from. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expect this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Consider going to our house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki's already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. The more I'm excited for it to be over, so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. Kazuma, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. Surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. Think that on day is this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and suddenly I feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little more responsibility for her, Kazuma. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. Kinda left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monika, you knew about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all, but... Stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows best for her, right? Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. Probably know a lot more than you think. Monika is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. Grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this really will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. Flip at the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own pages, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's the one that I haven't read before. Get out of my head. 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 Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Kazuma, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go see Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? Quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself! Monika calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told you yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house, isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayo... An exception has occurred. What the hell? What the hell? This is a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori that I'd be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turn down her confession. That has to be what pushed her over the edge. Agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This was my fault. Swimming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. Now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. Still couldn't do what she needed from me. Now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. And with that, we're not done with the game yet. I'm gonna exit DDLC and return to the desktop. We got some new songs. I'll go over those in a sec. Yeah, no. That is a very big thing that just happened there. Sayori committed suicide, and that's one of the reasons as to why I have straight up said, yeah, I wanted to do something more lighthearted before this one after Omori, and that's why I did Neptunia before going straight to DDLC. I didn't expect Omori to hit as hard as it did. And I wanted to do this Let's Play anyway, but I wanted to do Neptunia first, because that's just lighthearted and fun. We got some new images. Select the word kawaii during a poem game and you get this image here. It's nice. You got Natsuki, not Natsuki, it's Sayori with Cookie, Natsuki and Yuri going over stuff, and Monika with a box of chocolate that says you are mine. I got this new one, Natsuki special poem required by writing all 3 poems for her. Yeah, that's right. We got Monika's 3rd poem here, which is pretty good. Sayori's final poem isn't here. We got Natsuki's CG. We got the kitchen and Sayori's bedroom. We got sketches. In Act 1, tell Sayori would still walk home with her to get sketches of Sayori's hairstyles. Yeah. Still no mail. But we got some music. Sayori's theme. My Confession. Pretty good song. But the most important one here we got is Sayonara. This song. Oh yeah, we got this here of write all 3 poems for Natsuki. We got the sketches for the 2nd EG. Since lack of realism and general absurdity, it's a challenge to get Natsuki's angle correct. Yeah. I'm gonna have this song playing and have this as the wallpaper for now. Because, yeah, I'm a horrible person. But with that, we're not done. We have finished the first part of the game, and I didn't expect to get through this far this fast. There's more to go through though. Next time we'll see how this progresses now that after Sayori's unfortunate taking of her own life. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to. It feels fucking weird saying that after what just happened, but like, it's still Let's Play and it must go on. And yeah. See those of you that I'll see next time, I suppose. Farewell.